It happens. You lose a couple of games, but then it turns into more than a few games. How do we beat a losing streak? From a Wargamer's perspective, that's what we're going to explore in this Wargaming Tactics vlog. I've been pushing up to the channel here under the Wargaming Tactics playlist, Fundamental Wargaming Tactics. If it involves dice, if it involves miniatures, if it involves a tabletop, if it involves cards, rules, there are certain fundamentals, regardless of the system, that are always in play. And my hope, my aim, my goal is to give you the tools, the tech, and the talent to decrease that learning curve. Yes, we have to get in there and play games, and we're going to have a great time doing it. But that knowledge that we can get out of 20 games, if I can offer some insights, and then you can take them and make them better, can we take that knowledge and cut it down to 3 or 4? Can we get that next win? Now, we win some games, we lose some games. We tend to remember some of the losses more than some of the wins. But at some point in your wargaming career, it's going to be loss after loss after loss. And how do we break that? How do we get that momentum back? How do we get that win back? So the first thing in the checklist is, has something changed in the meta? Has something changed in the rules of what you're playing? And you're not fully aware of it. And it might not be a massive change, like a completely new rule set. It might be just an interaction point. What I mean by that is, most of us, when we play a war game, we have a player personality. You like to do this, you like to play that, and you kind of narrow it down. Army, armada, warband, whatever that manifestation is going to be. It's kind of like, hey, here's what I play most of the time, right? This is what I'm known for. This is what I'm building my reputation on. And when we become locked in that list, that's not to say it doesn't change a little bit, or you get some new models and add it in, but when that happens, changes in the game, in other armies, might cause a fundamental shift in your army, and you don't even know it. There might be a new army release that is affecting everybody, and when you go up against it, it affects you. There could be an update in the rules. There could even be, although this is a little bit more obvious, a change in the edition or a release in the game. So let's take a look at the meta. Has something shifted that requires your tactics to shift? You can still play the same army, armada, warband, whatever that's going to be, space fleet, but we need to change something. Second, the group of players that you're playing, are they kind of aware of what you're going to do? Now, one of the things I really like about wargaming is the social aspect. I want to win, tabletop general, cool tactics, collect miniatures, completionist, poor impulse control, all of that. But I enjoy going to play the same people on a regular basis, right? Going to the club, going to the store, pick up games. Hey, you want to play some 40K? You want to play some X-Wing miniatures? You want to play some Battletech? And in doing that, you create a list of friends. You create a group of friends. And this is great because you can go to tournaments and conventions together. You can hang out. You can build and paint, all that type of stuff. But you kind of know what they're going to do. They kind of know what you're going to do. It's like, look, if we can set it up where there's a chance to charge and take tabletop glory across the field, Fritz is going to do it. He's going to do it. He can't resist it. He cannot resist it. So they put that out there. I take that tactic. I get crushed. I'm like, what the heck happened? I was winning this game. Now I lost, right? So do they know how you play? Are you locked into one style? So mix it up a little bit. See what you can do, or at least be aware of like, hey, now, sidebar for a moment. Well, Fritz, look, player personality, I hear you. This is what I like to play. This is how I play it. This is my army. I'm representing it. I've got the custom dice and I've got the tattoo. Nothing can change. So in that case, what you want to do when players know your player personality, and this happened on the tournament scene a number of years ago for X-Wing miniatures. I was playing a particular build at that time, and it was solid. It was solid. It was close up there on the meta. I just got really good at it. We played a lot of big X-Wing miniature games at the club, like literally putting down hundreds and hundreds of miniatures real time. And I always flew with this squadron. So I could pilot this thing just great, no problem. I would regularly play it. In the tournament scene, X-Wing miniatures, it would happen pretty much every weekend on Sunday. And I would attend most Sundays. So the meta here in New York and Westchester, people kind of knew what I was going to fly. They knew what I was going to do. You couldn't escape it. At that point, what I realized was they know what I'm going to do. So I need to make my moves, no mistakes, rock solid, and kind of really focus. Not that, I mean, you should be doing this anyway, but really focus on waiting and positioning myself for my opponent to make a mistake. And when they make a mistake, pounce on them or blast them out of the sky, put them to the bolt, pistol, chainsword, whatever your game is going to be. So in exploring that idea, it's like, look, we know what you're going to do, Fritz. It's going to happen. Then I need to shift and be hyper aware. Look, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You do what you got to do, but I'm going to hold back a little bit, looking for you to make a mistake. And when you make a mistake, I pounce on it. All right, well, Fritz, it's bad. I'm still losing. I don't really know what's going on. Take a step back and play something completely different, a completely different list. Allow yourself that step back to refresh. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy another army and ink over your tattoo. I'm saying switch your list up a little bit, right? Change things around with what you have. Don't worry about win or loss. Now, this seems counterproductive because you're like, Fritz, I'm getting crushed out here. I'm listening to this vlog, hoping for that secret sauce, that win button, and you're telling me to play some more games with something different and get crushed more? No, well, I'm saying pull back a little bit, switch your list up with what you have, and experience the game again. Step away from win-loss. Now, try to win, absolutely, but if you lose another 2 or 3 games, you're stepping back. You're giving yourself some breathing room. Is there something that you're not seeing? Are you on that plateau, that precipice, that jump into the void, that leap into the void of new tactics that you're figuring out? So play something a little different. The last one for the checklist. Go full narrative. Now, we've kind of got these two bookends of wargaming play, and it's usually a mix of both, although it could be extreme. On the one hand, we've got competitive play. That's tournament play. I'm building a solid list. I'm going there to place first, second, third, or fourth. I'm going there to get some loot. I'm going there to get tabletop glory and fame. Then on the opposite, so I on the competitive side, I build pure meta. I build pure MSU, just pure, forget the narrative, forget the fluff, forget like any of that, like just what's in the list that's just going to destroy. Now on the opposite side, we've got full narrative, where you play your army, you play your game based on trying to recreate something. Fritz, at the Siege of Terra, the World Eaters had this and this and this. We're going to play the 100 World Eaters that charged up the Eternity Gate and were the first that breached it, right? Something that's a narrative. We're going to play this from the Black Library books. We're going to redo the Battle of Yavin. We're going to do whatever, right? Where we're looking at a narrative and we're playing based on that narrative. Doesn't matter how things play. What did you have at the time? Take a step back. Now, most of us, just to finish that sidebar, most of us play like a mix of both if we're not going full meta, actually showing up to a tournament. Most of us kind of play what we want to play, what we're known for, but we also try to have a solid list, Armada, Warband, whatever, to be able to win the game. I want you to go full narrative. I want you just to have some fun. Take some wacky units. Take something different. Play some big games. Play some doubles games where you have 2 people on each side. Play something different. Allow yourself that step back, that pause. We don't want to quit wargaming. We got too much invested. We got too much at stake here, tabletop glory. We want to play some games. We don't want to get rusty, but at the same time, we don't want to get burnt out. Take a step back, play some different stuff, play a doubles team. The idea is to keep that momentum, but change the direction just for a little bit. Let yourself refocus, let yourself breathe, let yourself get back in the game and break that losing streak.